What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Maj, and I'm back at it again with another story time. So look, bro, as you can see by the title, bro, I ain't gonna even say too much. I'm gonna just get straight into it. So look, this story takes place back when I was like a young, real young buck, 8, 9 years old. You feel me, Maj? And 8, 9 years old, Maj, bro. I don't know, bro. I was just a little maniac. I'm not gonna cap. Any shorty that said she was trying to do something with me, I was always gonna be down for it. I don't even care if the shorty was fat or ugly. They can get it. At the age of 9, that's just how I felt. The age 9, 7, 8, 9, any shorty at that point can got anything, you know what I'm saying? Not today, I got a way higher standard. You know what I'm saying? How I view things is way differently from an 8, 9-year-old perspective. But besides the point, right? So, the story takes place when I was living at this shelter and shit. And this Filipino family moved in like 2-3 days after me and my mom had moved in. And since, you know what I'm saying, we were the first people to move in, they gave us the new room. So, me and my mom and my brother shared this room with the new Filipino family that moved in. Okay? And this family was a girl, like the mom, daughter, and the little brother. All right, and that's how their family was. All right, and we shared the room. Cool family, you know what I'm saying? Pretty chill people. Never really had problems with them or whatever. And let me just get straight and talking about the daughter now, so because that's what the story is about, the fucking daughter. All right, so the daughter was a fucking freak for her age, nigga. She was a freak, nigga. Like, she probably is a freak now. But Shorty was like 11, 12 years old. I'm 8, 7. You know what I'm saying? And the 4th day of her living there, which is like my 7th day of their living there, me and her is just chilling, whatever. We're in our room because we shared the rooms. And it's just me and her in the room. And we're chilling, and I don't know where the freakiness came from, but it popped up out of nowhere and slapped the fucking shit out of me. She came up, you know what I'm saying, we're talking, and out of nowhere, she's like, "You want to kiss me?" And I froze. I froze for a bit. I'm like, I laughed it off. I'm like, "What are you talking about?" You know what I'm saying? Type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like a little kid way. She's like, "No, like, do you want to kiss me?" And then I'm like, "What do you, I don't know." You know what I'm saying? I'm a little kid, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say full on no, and I'm not going to say full on yes. Because if I say no and she's being serious, then it's probably not going to happen, whatever she's talking about. If I say yes and she's not being serious and she was just playing around, then it can make everything else weird because I think she was being serious. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying, like staying mid, like you know what I'm saying, everything when she asked me it twice, I try to stay like in the middle, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. And then, bro, she's like, "Do you want to kiss me and put your hands in my pants?" And then that's like the 3rd question she asked me. And then I was like, I froze. I was like, yeah. I said yeah, because I feel like she wanted me to say yeah. So I said yeah. And she's like, okay. And then she planned it. She's like, "Let's do it tomorrow when our parents leave the room." And I'm like, okay. And then we didn't do nothing that day because she was like kind of like, me personally, I was kind of making up excuses and shit before she said the 3rd question. Before she asked me the 3rd question, I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of making up excuses. I was like, what if our parents walk in and, bro, like, what if you think we're gonna get in trouble? Yeah, we're gonna get a whooping. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But, the crazy part is we never got caught. And, shit, the only people that knew about it, or the only time I ever really talked about it, till now and a couple other homies, but that's about size it. And the next day comes and we're chilling and shit, and then she tells me, she's like, she's like, "So look, my mom and your mom is about to go downstairs and cook dinner for the night." So basically how the shelter was, like, everybody kind of like pitched in, like the whole shelter. It was like a big ass house and like a big ass kind of a family, you know what I'm saying, like a big family in a way with just different races, big interracial family, you know what I'm saying. And you know what I'm saying, we would have to, like, that's what I liked about that shelter. It didn't really feel like a shelter to me until I got older and understand, like, it was a shelter that I was in, you know what I'm saying? But it didn't feel like one because it was mainly run by the people that lived there. The only thing that the people at the shelter did was like they'll come and put books inside the library and just check up on us. And every now and then they'll come and leave food, but they never really like ran like the place, you know what I'm saying? Like what happened in the house type shit. And that's what I liked about it. It felt like mainly home, you know what I'm saying? It didn't feel like I was homeless, you know what I'm saying? But I was. She was telling me how, because my mom and my mom was talking about what they wanted to make for dinner tomorrow. She was telling me how when my mom and your mom go make us dinner, we could have the room to ourselves. I'm like, oh, okay. And then that's when we're gonna do it. And she's like, yeah. So the day comes, my mom and her mom goes downstairs. They start making dinner or some shit, making chicken and or fish. Or I don't fucking know, whatever. It was good. It was good, but I don't know what it was. And so they go downstairs. You know what I'm saying? I see them go downstairs. I already knew what was about to happen. Alright, when I seen them, excuse me. But fucking, I seen them go downstairs and shit, and I automatically just went into the room. I went into the room, and I just chilled there, like kind of just sat there in silence. You know what I'm saying, basically. And then we're like sitting there in silence or wherever. And then she comes into the room. All right, she comes into the room. So nigga, she comes into the room and didn't even say nothing. She got straight into it, bro. So I was already sitting on the top bed, just kind of like chilling, right? And she just comes on top of the top bunk, didn't say shit, get straight into it, right? And this whole little thing lasted about 30 seconds. So the first like 10 seconds, all that happened was, nigga, we like kissed, right? We were kissing. And wasn't no sexual kissing type shit. It was just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just, we were touching faces, basically, just over and over. And moving our fucking heads, looking like retards, probably. And that's what we were doing. Then she grabs, like, she does some savage shit. Grabs my hand and just took control. She grabs my hand. And all I felt was water. Water. You know what I'm saying? Just straight water, warm water. You know what I'm saying? And she put my hand into that warm water for about like 10 minutes. And then in my head, I'm like, what the fuck is this I'm touching? Nigga, I was in there on, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, that happened. She puts my hand, you know what I'm saying? And then like, I was like playing, I don't know what I was doing to it. But I was doing something to it for about like 10 seconds. And then I was like, all right, let's stop. You know what I'm saying? And then we stopped. Whatever. You know, I didn't say let's stop, but I like gave her like, I started taking my like, after like the 10 second, after she put my hands in her pants for like 10 seconds, I ended up just taking my hands out, just stopped kissing her, and I was like, I just gave her that I'm scared feeling. But she didn't, like, you know what I'm saying? She wasn't mad, like, she wasn't disappointed or mad. She was just satisfied. And she didn't even say nothing. She was just like, that was cool type shit, just left. And we never did nothing like that else again, bro. And I don't even know how it ever happened at that point, but it happened, whatever. And, like, me and her never did nothing else like that again. And nothing happened until the next tutor came. Now, the next tutor. This tutor, she was a tutor. The last girl, I don't know why I said the next tutor, because she wasn't too much of a tutor. I think she was just trying to, you know what I'm saying, just experience something. But the second one was for sure a tutor. So, second one comes, and the Filipino family, they're getting ready to like leave in a couple of weeks. And the black shorty, she was black. She just had moved into the little shelter or whatever. And it was like 2-3 weeks before school started. Because when we moved into the shelter, it was like towards the end of summer. So when we moved into, like, it was like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks before, you know what I'm saying? So school's getting ready to start. And the Filipino family, they're getting ready to like leave in like a week or two. So, you know what I'm saying? wasn't sad. Well, kind of sad. Cause I used to like no homo, but I used to hella just chill with her brother. Like me and her brother was hella close, cool friends and shit. Cause we were the only boys at that house. Like everybody had daughters, damn near, bro. And I had my little bro, but he was like 4. He was like 4. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like 8. And I was like, you know what I'm saying, trying to be a big brother. You know how big brothers are. They don't want to chill with their little brothers. You know what I'm saying? So it was just cool to have someone around my age. You know what I'm saying? And then the second shorty came. And the second shorty was like in the 5th grade, probably the 6th. And she was like in the 5th or 6th grade or whatever. And she had moved in a week before that Filipino family was moving out. And she moved in, whatever, and fucking we started going to school. You know what I'm saying? Me, her, started going to school. And the Filipino family, they had moved out. When school started, that's when they were like gone and shit. Found a better place to stay. And we used to go to school. Me and her used to walk to school together. Walk to school together and walk home together. And we used to, you know what I'm saying, go to school. And I used to walk to school there. Until this, like, it was this one day. We walking from school. And then she just started telling me random freaky shit. Like, it started slowly building up. And before, like, me and her did something, it just started building up to, like, freakier and freakier shit. First, she just said she had a boyfriend. From there, she was talking about how she went into the boys' bathroom and found this random nigga and started humping this nigga. And then, like, the second time, she told me it was, like, she kissed some random boy or something. Like, the second time she went into the boys' bathroom or some shit. I don't know if she was telling me the truth or was she trying to be cool. But, 2-3 weeks fly past, and this is, like, after 2-3 weeks, you know what I'm saying? This is when the actual stuff, me and her actually start, when we actually did something, you know what I'm saying? So 2-3 weeks go by past or whatever, and me and her, we chilling, you know what I'm saying? We downstairs watching TV. No one's really downstairs at this point. Our parents are upstairs or some shit, and then it was some other lady that stayed there, and she was the only woman there that didn't have kids, but she used to, like, it was like she was like the oldest one there. She was like 50. Because everybody there, that like usually all the women that was coming in there was around like my mom age, like in their 20s and shit, in their 30s, in their 20s and 30s. Like everybody that was coming there was around their 20s and 30s and shit, like young people. And she was like the only woman that was there that didn't have a kid, whatever. And she was like in the back cooking or some shit. So me and her, we're in the living room and shit. And then, you know what I'm saying, she started doing her usual shit. She started telling me some more freaky shit. But this time, like, I'm kind of feeding it. Like, usually I just listen. I usually don't respond. I just listen. Just nod my head, you know what I'm saying? Like, the side, you know what I'm saying? Just listen. But today, I was more, like, indulged into it, you know what I'm saying? I started actually invading more into the conversation and responding back to the shit that she was saying. And I think it turned her on or some shit. So we was in the room. And I think I influenced this. We're in the room. The living room. Watching TV and shit. And we're like, the TV is not a big ass TV. It was one of them old box TVs, my nigga. We didn't have like a nice TV, nigga. It still had it was one of them box TVs with the VCR tape input, nigga. Nigga, we was watching TV off one of them hoes. And we was on the floor and shit, like, on some little kid shit, like, just laying down watching old episodes of SpongeBob and shit. And, we watching TV. And I started asking her questions about, like, the shit that she was telling me about, like, and shit. And, you know what I'm saying? She started telling, like, we started having the conversation about the freaky shit that she been telling me. And then I'm, like, asking her, like, is the stuff you been telling me true? You know what I'm saying? Like, getting curious and shit, or whatever. And she's like, yeah, why you think I would be lying? Would you think I'm a liar or something? And then I'm like, a little kid. So I'm like, I probably said, like, nah, I was just, like, wondering, you know what I'm saying? Type shit. And then she's like, why you want to know? Type shit. And I'm like, I just want to know. Like, I just wanted to know. Like, what is, you know what I'm saying? She said, you want me to show you something? And then I'm like, yeah. And then we go upstairs. Go into the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Go upstairs, go into the bathroom. And she lift her shirt up. Now, you know what I'm saying? She's like, showing me her, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Alright, you know what I'm saying? Things looking good. Or whatever. And then, I'm looking at them things. She's like, you want to touch on them? Go ahead. And then I'm like, I'm touching them. She's like, oh, she didn't. But she was trying to be way too grown for her age. This bitch, you know what this bitch told me? She said, yeah, all women have these. And then had me touching on them shits, bro. And then nothing came after that. All I did was touch them, and then I left, right? Like, that's all that happened. And then, like, 2 days, 3 days go by. Like, and we was outside and shit. We were playing on the playground, right? We're playing on the playground and shit. And for some reason, we wanted to put water on the slide and have, like, put the water hose on the slide and slide down the water. And then make a water slide. We wanted to make a water slide. You know what I'm saying? And we was talking about making a water slide, like, a week before. You know what I'm saying? Turning the playground into, like, a water slide. And we finally did it. But the thing was, we did it without asking permission. So we got in trouble. And, like, my mom came outside and seen us playing in the water and shit. And we was all wet and shit. And then we got in trouble. And we had to go in the house and get in the shower. Now, look, her mom wasn't there. But she was scared that when her mom gets back and see that she's wet, she's going to get in trouble. So, in her mind, what she was thinking was, when I get in the shower, we could just both use the shower so that it could be a faster process. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, we could both just get in the shower. She's like, bro, can I just get in the shower with you, please? So that I can hurry up and get out and shower and get dressed and shit. So that my mom don't see that I'm wet or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That my clothes are wet. I can hurry up and try to hide them or whatever. And then I'm like, oh, it's corny. Get in the shower. So, look, for one, we was not supposed to do this. I don't know where my mom was at, bro. Nigga, but I know my mom would not have allowed this if she fucking knew, like, of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, of us even getting in the shower together. But my mom, after, like, she got us, like, she went back to doing what she was doing type shit. And then she told us to get in the shower. So, we get in the shower. So, we're in the shower and shit. And I can't stop not looking. You know what I'm saying? I can't stop not looking. Even though our backs are turned. And for some, like, I felt like she knew I was looking. You know what I'm saying? And what she did was, when I turned fully, like, at first I was peeking my head. You know what I'm saying? And then when I peeked my head a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I seen her peek her head just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, I turned around out of scare, like, oh, shit, she seen me. But for some reason, I just got this comfortability in me. And it made me, like, turn my full body around. You know what I'm saying? I was just peeking my head at first, you feel me? But then now I went from just peeking my head to turning my full body around. To where her back is facing my front. You know what I'm saying? And what she did was, you know what I'm saying? She backed that thing up, boy, I swear to God. On me. She was backing that thing up. And she backed that thing up on me and started rubbing on me, boy. Nigga, 8-year-old Marjay was a Mac Daddy Dillas. I don't know what I am now, but when I was a Mac Daddy Dillas. But that was the last thing we ended up ever doing. 2-3 weeks after that, me and my mom finally end up getting our own place to stay. And that was the 2 stories, how I was in a shelter with 2 freakies. Leave, comment, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I hope y'all liked the story and shit. You know what I'm saying? I hope it was funny. I hope it was cool. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Until next time, my brothers and sisters.